original paint on there.
It's the real deal.
Where'd you get that from?
We took a little road trip on that one.
Went to Wisconsin.
Are you kidding me? Well, that's awesome. That is awesome.
No, not right now.
I thought when I saw the picture, I thought maybe you had made one.
That's the original tire.
Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully what you just saw was Dad getting the single-wheel trailer for Christmas. But what you're going to see now is us kind of putting it together and building it. I bought the frame, the original frame, the little armature pieces that go to the car, and then the original boards. And they have the original pinstriping. I don't know how well that's going to show up without the glare. Here, you can kind of see it. So I have all the sides, and they're oak, so they're really heavy. And then only one of them, the tailgate, has the Allstate in it. It did not have a floor, and that's this piece on the bottom that we were going to match to the paint to get that to look like an old floor. And we're going to beat it up a little bit, and hopefully we will get it to be a pretty good match. We've got the heat cranking in the garage, and not much room to work right now. We got things kind of tight in here. So I probably won't video too much of the painting process, as that's pretty boring. But wish someone hadn't cut these big gnarly holes in here for tail lights. That kind of sucks. To come up with a reflector or something for those. And my plan for this is to do like I did on the other Allstate trailer. You can check the other videos in the channel. I used 40 horsepower connecting rods to make the tail lights. So probably do something similar to that. So let me get all set up and get the original boards removed out of the way, and we'll get painting on the floor. And we just use tongue and groove on it. So after we get the floor in there, the only thing this trailer is missing is the bracket that actually is on the car. And we'll just come up with something out of that hoard over there. Actually, I'll probably let Dad figure that out on his own. We're not going to do that because I'm not sure how he wants to connect it. And we'll just let him come up with something. He can handle that part. So, without further ado, let's get painting. On Sunday, it's Friday night, and on Sunday, it's supposed to be a little bit warmer than it is today. It's supposed to be up in the 50s or near 50s, I believe. We've been down in the 20s. So if we can get up that high, hopefully be able to take this thing out and polyurethane it or shellac it or whatever your term is. The trailer didn't have the side brackets either, the original ones, but the guy we bought it off of had made some, and they are very well made, very close to the originals. So at least I don't have to do that, I just have to drill them out. Alright. Pine boards. We didn't use oak, but yeah, it should be fine. He won't be putting a whole lot of weight in it, so. Pine white become pine blue. Two coats down on that, and gave my little assistant some another task because I knew he would want to help. I don't know if you can see that or not, but he got plenty of paint on it. That's why he has his own. A few little areas I need to go in with a smaller touch-up brush and hit. So here is the frame of the trailer that we bought Dad. And I just pulled it out, and it is not original paint. There is one spot original paint showing through right here that appears to be that Allstate blue, but it has been a couple of colors since then, red being one of them. There's some red peeking through right there. So it's been red, black, and silver on top of the original blue, so I don't feel too guilty painting over it to make it a little more rust proof. And I don't think either of these are original paint either. 1950? Is that what that says? 58? I don't know if that's a year or not. Looks like it says 1950 if I can get the camera to focus. Right there. Anyway, there's a little bit of a problem if I get the right angle. You can see how this kind of bows up a little bit. I'm not sure what happened that would bend that. It does not look like a factory bend. I mean, it definitely looks like it's taken a hit right here and up on top. It's a slightly different setup than the other one I have. Anyway, it's in pretty good shape, not super rusty. It does have the original Nimrod tire on it, which is pretty cool. So I probably will let him run that for a while rather than try and replace it. It looks fine. And I am not going to pack bearings or do anything on it like that. I'm going to leave that up to him. He needs something to do after he gets it. But there's the frame as it is. There's another piece of the blue coming through. It's a shame. I wish that was still blue. Mine still is. Nana nana boo boo to Dad. Anyway, we'll get that. I'm going to slap some Battleship Gray on it. This is the stuff that Kleinduffers and Bloomington carries, and I had 2 cans of it, so we're going to slap that on. And I probably will go ahead and paint some gloss black up on these while I have them up. And then I will leave the wheel for him to worry about. So let's get some paint on that sucker. Moved this up into the sunshine. It's pretty warm today, but I wouldn't be trying it if it wasn't. It's about 50. Still feels cool. Air still feels cool, but moved this up to the sun. Take advantage of it. Coming into the evening, so I know the temperature is going to start to drop. We're just, again, trying to prevent rust. I didn't sand it good or anything like that. Just taking advantage of the warm day. On a side note, if you don't have one of those, get one. It's made by Rust-Oleum. And it basically turns your spray nozzle, get my camera to focus, turns the spray nozzle into just like a paint gun. Makes it a lot easier. See if we can get some runs. It looks a little better. At least it's all one color now. I'll take those arms off. I initially was trying to kind of guard them with a piece of cardboard, but I'm going to take them off and paint them anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, that is done. I'll probably flip over this tabletop here in a bit and paint the bottom side. That has 2 coats on it now. Looks a lot better. Definitely need to darken it up some. But I think that second coat will help it be a little bit darker. And then we'll have to clean the arms or the sidewalls. And then we still have to drill out these guys. This is what I was telling you the other guy did for us. When we bought it, this came with it. So we'll drill those out. And I think I'm just gonna oil over those. I think that'll be fine. Alright, everything where I want to remove paint has paint removed. At least I think that's where I want it removed. Just tried to make it look more like these over here. And then I'm going to put a darker stain on it, like I said. And that will help kind of make it more like that other color. I think it looks pretty much where I want it to be. Looks to be not brand new boards. I've added a few holes. I went along and took a file, kind of got the edges like where you would expect to see something if you were loading. Got one there. This end, I smacked the file down right there. Just kind of made a little textured pattern. Got one here. A big scrape there. So hopefully some of those areas will hold the stain that I'm going to put on and kind of look aged. That's what I'm going for anyway. I took a couple times, I whacked a hammer, the claw, and the head of the hammer. And then I took a pipe and just kind of beat some circular rings into it. So I'm hoping some of those areas will hold some of the stain. We'll see. We're about to find out. I've got it wiped down. And I'll probably go over it one more time with a towel. Just a damp towel, wipe it down and make sure that all of the debris is gone, and then we'll wipe it with some stain. And then we'll go up and give these guys a bath and get the corner pieces drilled out. These pieces that are up on top here, get those drilled out and ready to assemble this thing. We're down to about 2 days till this has to be ready to go. So I'll turn you back on when I've done something new. Well, that is before I have put any polyurethane on it. And I think we're going to get something that looks real similar to this outer board here once we're all said and done. The original boards look like they have a little bit more purple in them. I don't know if I'm just seeing that wrong or not, but I think once we put some polyurethane on that, sorry, you're getting a little bit of a glare. Can't really see it well on here. But let me run some polyurethane down that and see what we get. I don't even know what I did with that. Yeah, let me hunt that down and I'll turn you back. I think I've got that about as close as we're going to get it. Still need to oil the main sideboards, but we're going to call that a match for now. I have painted the axle and the spring, and that turned out pretty nice. It's really, really cool outside today, so I had to bring it in. And then these are all painted up and dry and ready to go. So basically what we're down to now is just assembly. Put the wheel back on and put the sides on. Still need to drill out the little side panels, but other than that, it's a go.